Hey guys, 681 Shadow, your coach of the Connecticut Krookodiles, and we are here for our CPC's Season 5, Week 4 and Week 5 matches. Now, I know this is late because I had a lot of, I had issues getting things recorded. That's why, if you want to hear a bit more about that, you can watch my update video from yesterday. But before I start off with the battles here, if you guys want to go join my Discord server, the link to that will be in the description down below. But for this video, I'm trying to not make it so long. I like to keep my usual like length for these, like 15-20 minutes. So there's not going to be team builder sections this week, but but you'll learn about my team as we see the games here. So for our week 4 match, we face off against Hiker Toad, coach of the Boston Boldores, very solid coach. So we're just gonna actually start off this battle right here. After rewatching these battles, I feel like I have more to say about my week 5 than my week 4, and you'll see why as we see our week 4. So here, I'm going to lead off with the Klefki, as he leads off with his Nidoqueen. So I go for the Magnet Rise here, feeling like he's going to go for the EQ, and, well, not EQ, the Earth Power. He does go for it, and then I go for Magic Coat, predicting Rocks right here, which could have definitely been a play considering the fact that both of my possible hazard remover both of my possible hazard removal options, if I can talk, will take good damage from rocks. So I expected rocks or maybe even spikes to come out here, or like toxic spikes, something like that. But he just goes straight for the flamethrower, and critical hit knocked me out. I'm not sure if that mattered, really, depending on the set. So then next up I go into the Mantine here. He goes for Thunder Punch, and I also lose my Mantine, because I just forget that this thing gets every move under the sun. So I go into Raikou here, and I go for the extra sensory, which he lives at 90, and Earth Power is able to knock me out. I think I had a chance for extra sensory to kill. It might not have, depending on his spread. But now Mega Galley comes in. He's going to switch out, go into Starmie, as I go for the Psycho Cut on this. And it doesn't do that much, as here he's going to set up a Reflect, as I go for the Earthquake. I brought Earthquake specifically for the, at least for the Mega Mawile. So he goes for Recover, he has Screen Up, I go for SD, as he's going to take out Starmie, go into his Tornadus, as I go for the Earthquake. Good play on his part. If I went for Psycho Cut, that could have been an entirely different turn for me. But I'm going to go into the Torkoal here, as he goes for the Z move, the Supersonic Strike, which probably from Hurricane. And now Heat Wave is just going to be able to knock me out, because Torkoal is mainly Fizz Def, so now I'm going to go into the Zygarde here, and he's going for the Taunt, expecting a Dragon Dance, but I do believe I ran Bandit this week, so you see that does a ton of damage. And now he's going to go for the U-turn, and go into his Executor, his Alolan Executor, which takes nothing from Thousand Arrows here. And then he is going to go for, actually I'm going to switch out here, go into Mega Gallade. He's going to go for Toxic. And now, so Mega Gallade is on a timer, which is unfortunate. So he's going to switch out, go into the Starmie. And then the combination here, really, of Starmie and Executor pretty much beats my team. So we do end up losing 6-0 to Hiker, which is really unfortunate. But to be fair, the prep wasn't that great this week. I was pretty strapped for time in terms of the prep and the recording. So this match definitely was not to the best of my ability. He's able to just knock me. I'm able to die of toxic damage here. And then Zygarde is going to come in here, and he's going to go for the Recover as he can because screens are up. 1,000 Arrows does about a third. He's going to switch out, going into the Executor, kind of making me think that he didn't have Ice Beam. But as he knows I'm locked in 1,000 Arrows based on the damage he saw on Torn, that's going to lose me the game. So definitely he's going to go for Giga Drain here. For whatever reason, he didn't go for a Dragon type move. Maybe Executor doesn't have too many great Dragon options, but definitely GG to Hiker. I definitely didn't play that well this week, so hopefully we can have a solid rematch in the future. Something a lot better than what I showed here. Like, we had a great battle in EBT, but then a really terrible battle here for CPC, which is really unfortunate. So now we're going to move on to our Week 5 match, And as you can see, we made a transaction, and I'll kind of explain something that happened with this transaction. But we dropped our Auroras for Metang, and we actually didn't need to do that because it was going to be for a trade between me and another coach, but it turns out that I misinterpreted and I actually kind of wasted an FA, but it doesn't matter because I'll explain what we're getting in the trade at the end of this video, but because the match is more recent, I'll just go over the team really quickly. Just Mega Alley was pretty standard, like SD set. Raikou was Scarf, Rash Nature because it's running Aura Sphere this week for the Mega Kang. We're Scarf speed creeping the Lando T so we can hit it with the Hidden Power Ice. Then we have Torkoal, which is a really fun set. We're running Rest Talk with Amnesia and Lava Plume. So basically, if we start setting up like that, then the only thing that can really touch us is Lando, because if we have Amnesias up, then Tentacruel can't really touch us. And then we have Zygarde. Zygarde, I believe we're running. I'm actually not sure what Zygarde set we're running. We'll probably see it when the game comes. Actually, no, I am running Coil this week. I didn't remember running like a defensive Coil set, and we are running Sludge Wave for the Whimsicott, which is pretty cool. And then we have Mantine, which is mono attacking, Wise Glasses, and then we have Metang, which is kind of fun this week. We're running a sort of bulky offensive Eviolite Metang, so we'll see how that goes. So here he's going to lead off with the Lando. I lead off with the Raikou, knowing that I'm Scarfed. If he leads with Lando, there's a possible threat of an HP Ice. If he leads with anything else, I have Volt Switch, I have T-Bolt, all that fun stuff. So here I'm gonna switch out, predicting him to Scout, and he does switch out. He goes into Cresselia here. As I go into Mantine, I'm gonna make a double here and go into Torkoal, as he does predict that very nicely into going into Tentacruel. And now we go into the Metang here as he goes for Toxic Spikes, which is really annoying for us. But he's gonna switch out right here, go into Scizor. As I go for the Earthquake, only does 20%. Earthquake's not doing anything to this thing. And I feel like based on that, he's a somewhat bulky variant, assuming that it's based on him having the leftovers. So then Torkoal comes in, he U-turns, goes into Tentacruel, and now here, I don't remember, I think I either Amnesia or I switch. Yeah, I think I stay in and I Amnesia. So I go for the Amnesia, and now I either rest or I Amnesia again. I think I rest here. Yeah, I do rest here. And I hope for the Sleep Talk to get another Amnesia boost. So he's going to go for the Scald. And I go for Sleep Talk. And I get the Lava Plume, which is alright. And we do get the Burn, which is very nice for us. Now this thing is getting whittled down. It doesn't have health recovery item. So he goes for the Scald again. I go for Sleep Talk. And we get another Lava Plume. So not the best, not the worst. The worst would have been another rest. That would have really been unfortunate. But now he's going to switch out, go into the Lando. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go for an Amnesia. I probably could have went for the Lava Plume there because if I had ended up getting a burn on this Lando, that could have really been good for me. Because I haven't really looked at the calcs, but cutting its attack would have possibly let Torkoal be able to deal with Lando to some extent. So that could have definitely been a plus for us, but now we're forced to switch out, go into Mantine, as he's going to go for Earthquake, which is good for us, but now he's going to switch out, go into his Whimsicott here. As I go for the Surf, I probably could have went for the Ice Beam, but I did feel like that was the better play for us. Then we go for Ice Beam there. He predicts that nicely once again. I don't really have anything too good for this Tentacruel, so I stay in. He Sludge Bombs me. I go for the Air Slash. I miss the Air Slash. Literally my life right there, missing Air Slashes. But he's just gonna go for another Sludge Bomb. And you didn't get the poison there, but Air Slash does do a decent amount, meaning that if I had hit the first one, I would have been able to knock him out or force him to switch earlier, where my Mantine would be at a higher health. But I'm gonna switch out here, go into the Metang, take nothing from that, and Metang is going to get a kill right here. He goes for Scald. He gets the burn, which is really unfortunate. But I go for the Meteor Mash, and it knocks him out. So Metang gets a kill, even though I'm dropping it after this week, which is kind of funny in its own. But Lando's gonna come out here. I'm just gonna sack this thing, so I go for bullet punch. I get a crit, but he sets up his rocks, which can be really detrimental to us now, especially for Mantine. But now Torkoal's gonna come back in. I'm just gonna sack it off because it's not gonna do anything at this point. So goes for the earthquake. Torkoal gets knocked out. Then I go into the Zygarde here, as I'm gonna try to set up a coil, I believe. Yeah, he goes for the HP Ice. I shows my defensive spread. I go for the coil, and then now he is going to. I believe he switches here. Yeah, he switches and goes into the Whimsicott. I go for the thousand arrows. Does 32%, and he's gonna. I believe he doubles right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doubles right here back into Lando, and gets the Intimidate off. I go for the Sludge Wave there. I probably should have went for 1,000 arrows in retrospect, just so I can get more damage on that. Now he goes for the HP Ice. I do live that, and 1,000 arrows is gonna bring him down. Not that much, so it didn't really matter in retrospect. I didn't click it because I wasn't gonna do much damage to this thing anyway. And I did not have extreme speed this week due to me having Sludge Wave. So now I'm on my Raikou, and here he's going to switch out, go into Cresselia. As I go for the HP Ice here, doesn't do anything. Probably should have clicked T-Bolt because he doesn't really have a ground type, and I am plus special attack because I'm Rash. So I go into Metang. Metang takes nothing from that, and now he's gonna switch out, go into the Scizor. I miss a Meteor Mash, which sucks, but doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. As I'm going to switch out here, go into the Mantine, basically as a sack at this point, because he does go for the Swords Dance, as he is going to be able to take out my Mantine here with a Bullet Punch. Now, the one thing that could have possibly won me this game, I don't think it would have done enough because I think he's a bulky variant, is that I did have HP Fire on my Mantine, so that if he had gotten greedy and went for another Swords Dance, I could have done a lot of damage with that. But even then, he would have bullet punched and still would have been able to win the game from there. But now, I'm gonna go into Raikou here, and I sort of over predict here, and he goes for bullet punch, does a lot. I go for the Volt Switch, and when I probably should have went for Thunderbolt, I do get a crit, but now he's gonna go into. I'm gonna go into the Metang. Then Metang's just gonna die from. Actually, no, he's gonna go for the Roost here, as I can't do anything. So he's just gonna set up. He's gonna set up more Swords Dances because I can't really do anything. So he's gonna go for a third one, and he's a second one and a third one. Now he's at +6, and then now he's going to. I do get the attack boost on the last possible turn that Metang's gonna be alive for, but then he goes for the Bullet Punch, knocks me out, and then he's gonna be able to knock me out with Bullet Punch on my other Mon. So. Definitely a good game to sticks. I did have solid prep here. I just don't think I played it entirely well. So we do suffer two very detrimental losses in these 2 weeks of CPC. But next week we're going up against our good friend Narth. So hopefully we can get our first win in a while there. But we're gonna be ending off the video here. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all next time.